Have you ever wondered what separates those who dream from those who achieve? Picture this: a young boy, abandoned by his birth parents, raised in a modest home with no clear path ahead. Yet he grows up to change the world with a single idea. Or imagine a girl born into poverty, facing abuse and rejection, who rises to become a voice for millions. These aren't fairy tales. They're real stories of grit, fire, and unrelenting drive. Today we're diving into the raw, unfiltered journeys of people like Steve Jobs and Oprah Winfrey, icons who turned pain into power through personal motivation. What fueled them? More importantly, what can their stories teach you about unlocking your own potential? We all face moments of doubt, days when the alarm clock feels like an enemy and our goals seem impossibly far. Here's the truth: motivation isn't magic, it's a muscle. The lives of these legends prove it can be built, even in the darkest times. This video isn't just about their triumphs, it's about the messy human struggles they overcame, and how you can too. We'll explore their stories, break down the science of discipline, and give you practical tools to ignite your own fire. So if you're ready to stop scrolling and start moving, hit that like button. It's your first step to joining this journey. Don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell, so you never miss a spark of inspiration. Let's get started. So what is motivation really? At its core, it's the inner drive that pushes you to act, even when the odds are stacked against you. Think of it as the fuel in your tank. But here's the catch: it doesn't just appear. Psychologists like Abraham Maslow, with his famous hierarchy of needs, argue that motivation starts with fulfilling basic six: food, safety, before climbing toward self-actualization, becoming the best version of yourself. Discipline, however, is the engine that keeps the fuel burning. It's the ability to say no to distractions and yes to your goals, day after day. Why does this matter? Studies from the American Psychological Association show that self-discipline outranks talent when it comes to success. Talent might open the door, but discipline walks you through it. Take a 2011 study by Angela Duckworth. She found that grit, a mix of passion and perseverance, predicts achievement better than IQ or luck. It's why Steve Jobs didn't just dream of sleek gadgets. He obsessed over every detail until they existed. It's why the Oprah didn't stop at surviving. She built in Femperth by showing up relentlessly. Let's be real. Discipline isn't sexy. It's not a viral TikTok hack or a quick fix. It's the quiet choice to grind when no one's watching. The good news? Science says it's trainable. Habits expert James Clear, in Atomic Habits, explains that small, consistent actions, like waking up 10 minutes earlier, compound into massive results. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you on knees. As we unpack the stories of Jobs, Oprah, and others, you'll see how they mastered this dance. Ready to hear their secrets? Let's dive into the first story. Imagine a life where every door seems slammed shut, yet somehow you find a way to build your own. That's what this section is about. Real people, real struggles, and the unshakable drive that carried them through. We're diving into three stories: Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, and J.K. Rowling, each a testament to what happens when motivation meets grit. Let's start with a man who turned rejection into revolution. Story 1. Steve Jobs, the dropout who dreamed big. Steve Jobs didn't have a fairy tale beginning. Born in 1955, he was given up for adoption by his biological parents, a graduate student and her boyfriend who couldn't keep him. Raised by Paul and Clara Jobs in California, he grew up in a modest home, tinkering with electronics in the garage. But here's where it gets interesting. Steve wasn't a straight-A kid. He struggled with formal education, clashing with teachers and rules. By 1972, he enrolled at Reed College, only to drop out after 6 months. Why? He didn't see the point. He felt lost, unsure of where his life was headed. So what did he do? Didn't give up. He got curious. He stuck around campus, crashing on friends' floors, auditing classes like calligraphy that caught his eye. Picture this: a 19-year-old, broke, sleeping on couches, collecting bottles for cash, yet soaking up knowledge on his terms. That curiosity planted a seed. He fast forward to 1970, now 21. Teamed up with his buddy Steve Wozniak in that same garage. They had a wild idea: personal computers for regular people, not just corporations. With no money, no blueprint, they built the Apple I, a clunky box that barely worked. But they believed in it. They scraped by, sold whatever they could, and kept tinkering. Then came the gut punch. In 1985, after building Apple into a giant, Steve was fired from his own company. At 30, he'd lost everything he'd poured his soul into. Most would have crumbled. But Steve? He saw it as a wake-up call. He later said, "Getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have happened to me. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life." He founded Next, bought Pixar, and turned it into a powerhouse, producing Toy Story. By 1997, Apple was sinking. They begged him back. He returned, slashed failing projects, launched the iMac, iPod, iPhone, revolutionizing tech forever. When he died in 2011, the world mourned a visionary. Steve's story isn't about genius, it's about persistence. He didn't let rejection define him. He used it as fuel. Dropping out, getting fired, facing cancer. He kept moving because he trusted his gut. You don't need a perfect start. You need the courage to keep going. Story 2. Oprah Winfrey, From Pain to Purpose. Now, let's shift gears to a woman who turned trauma into triumph. Oprah Winfrey was born in 1954 in rural Mississippi. Dirt poor, no shoes, just a grandmother who taught her to read. Her early years were brutal. At 9, she was abused by family members, a secret that scarred her soul. By 14, she was pregnant. The baby died shortly after birth. She could have given up. Who'd blame her? But Oprah had a spark. She loved stories. She loved speaking. Her grandmother's lessons stuck. Education became her escape. At 17, she landed a part-time radio gig while still in high school. Her voice, warm and real, caught attention. She won a scholarship to Tennessee State University, studying communications. But life wasn't done testing her. At 19, she became Nashville's first black female news anchor, a rarity in the 1970s. She faced racism, skepticism, yet she pushed on. In 1983, she moved to Chicago, took over a failing talk show, AM Chicago. Within months, it soared. Renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show. Why? She didn't just interview, she connected. She shared her own pain, making guests and viewers feel seen. But success wasn't instant. Oprah battled weight struggles, public criticism, and a network that doubted her. In 1988, she took a risk, started her own production company, Harpo Studios. By 1990, her show was global. She was a millionaire, yet she kept digging deeper. She launched the Oprah's Book Club, sparking a reading revolution. Then O Network, a media empire. Today she's worth billions, but her real legacy? Giving voice to the voiceless, from abuse survivors to dreamers. Oprah didn't wait for permission. She built her stage. Her past could have broken her. Instead, it shaped her empathy, her drive. Motivation isn't about forgetting pain. It's about bringing it. What's your pain? It might just be your power. Story 3. J.K. Rowling, the dreamer, who wrote her way out. Finally, let's meet a woman who turned despair into magic. Joanne Rowling, known as J.K., was born in 1965 in England. A bookworm, she scribbled stories as a kid, but life hit hard. By 1993, she was 28, a single mom, freshly divorced, living on welfare in Edinburgh. Her marriage had crumbled. Her mother had died from MS. She was broke, depressed, sometimes suicidal. Sitting in a cafe, her baby napping beside her, she wrote on napkins, the only paper she had. That story, Harry Potter. Rejection came fast. 12 publishers said no. Too long for kids, they claimed. But Joanne didn't stop. She revised. She believed. In 1997, Bloomsbury took a chance, printed 500 copies. The book exploded. Kids devoured it, adults too. By 2007, 7 books later, she'd sold 450 million copies, built a billion-dollar franchise. She went from food stamps to the world's first billionaire author. Yet, she stayed humble, donating millions, sharing her struggles openly. Rowling's magic wasn't just in Hogwarts, it was in her refusal to quit. She wrote through tears, through no after no, because she had a vision. Your dream might feel small now. Keep nurturing it. It can grow beyond your wildest hopes. So we've walked through the fire with Steve, Oprah, and Joanne. Their stories aren't just feel-good tales. They're blueprints. But here's the million-dollar question. How do you take that spark and make it work for you? This section is your toolbox, packed with practical ways to build discipline, stoke motivation, and turn your struggles into strengths. Let's break it down into 4 key areas, each inspired by our heroes, with steps you can start today. Trust your gut. Start small. Steve Jobs didn't invent the iPhone overnight. He started with a clunky circuit board in a garage. His secret? He trusted his instincts and took tiny steps toward a big vision. You can too. Maybe you're not launching a tech empire, but you've got a dream, a side hustle, a goal to get fit, or just a nagging urge to try something new. Here's how to make it happen. First, listen to yourself. Steve audited calligraphy classes because they intrigued him, not because they made sense on a resume. What's calling you? Grab a notebook, jot down 3 things you are curious about. No judgment. Cooking, coding, running. Pick one. Next, shrink it down. Big goals scare us into paralysis, so start stupidly small. Want to write a book? Write 1 sentence today. Want to get in shape? Do 1 push-up. James Clear calls this the 2-minute rule. If it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. It's not about the push-up. It's about showing up. Now, build the habit. Set a daily trigger. Like after I brush my teeth, I'll write 1 sentence. Stack it for 30 days. Add a second sentence, then a paragraph. Steve's garage tinkering didn't look like much, but it compounded. Use a tool like Habitica, a free app that gamifies your goals, or a simple calendar where you mark an X each day. Seeing those X's pile up, that's motivation fuel. When doubt creeps in, and it will, remind yourself, Steve was a dropout with no plan. He figured it out by starting. You don't need to see the finish line. You just need to take the first step. 2. Turn pain into power. Oprah didn't hide her scars. She used them to connect, to build. Your pain, whether it's a breakup, a failure, or a quiet insecurity, isn't a dead end. It's raw material. Here's how to transform it. Start by facing it. Oprah spoke openly about her abuse, not to wallow, but to understand it. Take 10 minutes, sit quietly. Ask, what's weighing me down? Write it out, messy and unfiltered. Lost a job? Bullied as a kid? Feel stuck? Don't judge, just dump it on the page. Now flip it. What did it teach you? That job loss might have shown you resilience. That bullying might have built empathy. Oprah's trauma made her a listener. What's yours making you? Next, channel it. Pick one lesson, say, I'm tougher than I thought, and tie it to a goal. Want to start a blog? Use that toughness to post your first piece, even if it's rough. Set a deadline, 48 hours from now. Share it with one person. Oprah's first radio gig wasn't perfect, but she showed up. You don't need polish, you need courage. Build momentum with a pain-to-purpose journal, 5 minutes daily. Note one way your struggle pushes you forward. Apps like Day One or a cheap notebook work fine. Finally, help others feel seen. Share your story with a friend, a small group, even online. Oprah's empire grew because she made people feel less alone. Your voice can too. Start small. A text, a post. Watch how it fuels you back. 3. Keep going through the no. J.K. Rowling faced 12 rejections before Harry Potter took off. She kept writing. You can keep going too. Life will say no. Your job is to say, not yet. Here's the playbook. First, expect resistance. Rowling's publishers didn't get it. Your boss, your family, even your own brain might not either. That's normal. List 3 obstacles you might face: time, money, fear of failing. Now, plan around them. No time? Steal 15 minutes before bed. No cash? Start free. YouTube tutorials, library books. Scared? Good. It means you care. Rowling was terrified. She wrote anyway. Next, break the wall. Pick your goal, say learning guitar. Set a no matter what rule. 10 minutes daily, even if it's bad. Use a timer, Pomodoro style. 25 minutes on, 5 off. Rowling revised through tears. You can strum through clunky chords. Track it, a Google sheet, a tally on your fridge. Every day you show up, you're winning. When the no hits, a rejection email, a missed deadline, reframe it. Rowling saw no as not yet. You can too. Ask, what's one tweak I can make? One more try. One small fix. Finally, celebrate the grind. Rowling threw a party for that first yes. You don't need $1 billion to cheer. Hit 10 days straight. Buy yourself coffee. Tell a friend. Momentum builds when you notice it. Use Streaks app or just high-five your mirror. Rejection isn't the end. It's the middle. 4. Stack wins, build systems. All 3, Steve, Oprah, Joanne, didn't rely on willpower. They built systems. You can stack small wins into a life you love. Here's how. Start with a keystone habit. Steve obsessed over design. Oprah over connection. Joanne over writing. Pick yours, something that pulls everything else into place. Love learning? Read 10 pages daily. Fitness? Walk 20 minutes. Set it stupidly easy. Tie it to a cue. Post coffee I read. Do it 7 days, feel the shift. Use Todoist, free and simple, to track it. One win. Snowballs, you'll crave more. Next, design your space. Steve's garage was his lab. Oprah's studio her stage. Clear your desk. Ditch the junk. Keep tools handy. Guitar out. Notebook open. No clutter. No excuses. Set a one-touch rule. Touch it. Or put it away. Test it for a week. Watch focus sharpen. Third, batch your time. Joanne wrote in cafe bursts. You can too. Block 90 minutes. No phone. Just your goal. Stack 3 blocks weekly. See what sticks. Google Calendar's your friend. Color-code it. Finally, review and tweak. Every Sunday, 15 minutes. Ask, what worked? What flopped? Steve slashed failing products. You can slash distractions. Add one tweak. Drop one drag. Build a system that fits you. Stack enough wins, and you're not chasing motivation. it's chasing you. We've journeyed through the lives of Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, and J.K. Rowling. We've unpacked their struggles, their victories, and how they turned dreams into reality. We've loaded your toolbox with practical steps, from starting small to building systems. Now, it's time to bring it home. This isn't just a video, it's a wake-up call. You've got the spark. Here's how to fan it into a flame, plus a nudge to keep this energy alive. Let's dive into some final advice. First, pick your why and guard it fiercely. Steve had his vision of tech for everyone. Oprah, her mission to connect. Joanne, her need to tell stories. What's yours? It's not enough to want success. You need a reason that hits your gut. Maybe it's proving yourself, lifting your family, or just feeling alive. Write it down. Stick it on your mirror. Make it your phone wallpaper. When the grind gets tough, and it will, that why pulls you back. Review it weekly. Tweak it if life shifts, but never let it fade. Second, commit to one tiny win daily. We talked about the 2-minute rule. Now make it yours. 5 push-ups, 1 page read. A quick sketch. Pick something tied to your why. Do it at the same time every day. After coffee, before bed. Whatever sticks. Get a cheap notebook. Jot the date and done each time. Miss a day. No guilt. Just restart. Steve's garage hacks, Oprah's early gigs, Joanne's napkin scribbles. They all started small. 30 days in, you'll see a streak. That's your proof you're tougher than you think. Third, lean into your pain. Not away. Oprah showed us its fuel, so he said. Next time you're mad, sad, or lost, set a 5-minute timer. Write what's eating you. Then ask, what's this teaching me? Maybe patience, maybe grit. Count it to action. If it's teaching you patience, wait 5 extra minutes before snapping next time. If it's grit, push through one more task. Keep a pain log on your phone. Note the lesson. Note the win. Over time, you'll see patterns. Your scars turning into strengths. Fourth, say not yet to every no. Rowling's 12 rejections didn't stop her. They sharpened her. Next time you hit a wall, a job denial, a flopped project, take 10 minutes. List one thing you can improve. Rewrite that resume. Practice that pitch. Try again. Set a rule. 3 no's before you pivot. But never quit cold. Use a free tool like Trello. Make a rejection board. Move each no to next try until it's a yes. Celebrate the tries, not just the wins. A candy bar, a movie night. Anything to keep the fire lit. Finally, build your system. Own your spheres. Pick one keystone habit. Reading, walking, meditating. Do it for 7 days straight. Clear one corner of your room, desk, or car. Make it your win zone. No distractions, just your tools. Block 1 hour this week. No phone. Just focus. Every Sunday, 10 minutes. Check what worked. Ditch what didn't. Steve's garage, Oprah's studio, Joanne's cafe. They all had a space and a rhythm. Yours doesn't need to be fancy, it just needs to be yours. Here's the truth. You're not Steve, Oprah, or Joanne. You're you. That's your superpower. Their stories prove motivation isn't born. It's built. And discipline isn't a gift. It's a choice. You've got everything you need right now to start. A spark. A struggle. A dream. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for perfect. Start messy. Start small. But start today. The world doesn't need another billionaire. It needs your voice, your fight, your light. So what's your next move? Drop it in the comments. I'm starting with 1 sentence. I'm facing my fear. Whatever it is, let's hear it. Hit that like button if this lit something in you. It's your way of saying, I'm in. and subscribe. Tap the bell, because we're not done yet. Next time, we'll tackle breaking bad habits, bringing on more stories, more tools. This isn't a one-off, it's a movement, and you're part of it. Take a deep breath. Look at where you are, then look at where you could be. Steve turned a garage into Apple. Oprah turned pain into a platform. Joanne turned napkins into Hogwarts. What will you turn your now into? It's not about them anymore. It's about you. Let's keep this fire burning. I'll see you in the next one. Go make it happen.